Page 22, they can't take that away from me. 4/4 time, 1 sharp in the key signature, we're in the key of G major. Make sure you can do the scale for G major. And if you're doing scales for minor keys yet, minor scales, I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, go ahead and do the scale for E minor. If you're not doing them yet, you can wait, that's fine, but make sure you can do the scale for G major. Let's take it one hand at a time. Make sure I have some fingering suggestions here. At the beginning, 3rd finger here. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's it. Hold that down and then you 2 beats of rest and you come down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the C and the D. Then during the rest you come back up. It's the 2nd finger this time. 1 and 2 and during the rest you come up again. And they're saying here on measure 7 they want a 2, 3. Here. I don't recommend that, I really don't. Let's do a 3, 4 and a 2, 4 and a 1, 4. That way I'm doing this. That's much better, much better. I recommend that finger. I'm surprised they gave you that fingering. Just reach up a little finger. Second. This 4th finger there. You kind of crawling around a little bit. We do that on piano. Let's go over to measure 10. The last beat. Don't forget the F sharp. It's in the key signature. And then here, measure 13. The 1 and 2 and 3 and. I recommend 2nd finger for the F sharp. Just stay out here. You don't need to come up here. You can if you want to, but it's not. Then during the rest you come up and do that some more. Now measure 17, you're here, 1 rest. So it's a 1, 4 and then we have an F sharp, C natural, D. Okay, not the best, but I can do this fingering too if you have larger hands, but otherwise that's fine in the book. For the coda, here, 1, 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now again, on measure 21, they don't need the natural sign. It's a natural anyway, but you just had to be flat, so they're being clear, and that's important. A lot of publishers would not give you a natural sign there. You're expected to know it. Then in the last 2 measures you're here, and then you can come up if you want to the G chord here. But all 4 of these notes is the chord, the whole chord. And I usually just keep my hand where it's at. So when I do that, and I see that, I just reach up. I don't move. And I do these with 2, 3, 5. It's up to you on how you finger it. Left hand, here. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. This rhythm is all over. You come down 1. You get the idea? Okay. I don't see a lot going on the left hand that should cause too much of a problem. Let's look at the top of page 23. You're starting here. Rest 1. Rest 1. Rest. That's not the best. If you can, if you have big hands, you don't want to be up. You can do a 4 in here. Or the fingering in the book is good if you want. And then measure, 14? You're down here. Remember the F sharp? And they want you to do this. No, I don't recommend it. Do thumb on the white key. And cross over 2nd finger. So stay out here. Rest, and then you're back to that. Put the hands together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So right there, 2nd measure. On the 3rd beat, on the left hand, I play a D. The right hand comes up. 1. Make sure you lift the right hand up. And these first note in each of these measures in the left hand is an 8th note, so get off of it. And the 8th fourth, you go through and put the hands together. Then go back and get rid of the hesitations. Work on those spots where you're hesitating. It needs to be a steady beat. This is not a fast piece, doesn't matter, but it needs to be a steady beat. Then we can think about, as far as the articulation goes, there really isn't any. You just connect everything. The rest tell you when to lift up. So you don't have to worry about when to lift up. Just lift up for the rest, and you've got it. Now for the dynamics, again, they apply to the melody, and that's in the right hand. So moderate, whatever you think sort of soft is, it's not soft, it's just sort of soft. The left hand needs to be soft or very soft. Keep it in the background. Then measure 7, you go up to moderately loud. In the right hand. The left hand can come up a little bit, keep it in the background. Now when you get to page 23, you're moderately loud at first. Now you go up to loud. The left hand can be moderately soft or so. And you're staying loud pretty much for all 3 lines there. You don't have to stay exactly loud or moderately soft or wherever you're at. You can get a little louder and softer. After you get to know it and you get to feel in the music, you can put in a little louder and softer. If you feel it, play it that way. The coda is moderately loud, starting. Left hand soft. Loud with an accent makes it very loud for that one note. The left hand's maybe moderately loud. And then you just loud, and the left hand's soft. So forth. And then that last chord is back up to very loud, just for the, and it's a staccato, so just, not a real short staccato, no, just a staccato, and collapse the wrist when you play it. As far as the speed goes, well, it says a slow swing tempo, and it's the swing thing that's important to me. That tells me I'm going to swing the 8th notes. Now they have a note at the bottom saying you can play a bit unevenly. They're telling you can swing the 8th notes, but I don't need the note at the bottom of the page. If they give me a swing tempo, I'm going to swing the 8th notes. And I'm swinging the counting. So it's not 1 and 2 and 3. It's 1 and 2 and 3. And I'm going to count it that way. I'm going to play it that way. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Like that, and the whole thing through like that. Just a nice lazy swing style all the way through. They've added a little bit of pedal on measure 7 and on the first measure of the coda to connect these chords. Now, yes, we want to connect the chords. I have a little problems with, you're going to add overtones on this because we didn't add overtones anywhere else, and it's really quite a different change. But I think it's more important to connect the chords, so I'm tolerating the difference in sound. So just, it's overlapping pedal just for those 3 beats. Don't pedal anywhere else, except maybe for the last chord at the bottom of the page. On 23, that chord. You can pedal with the chord if you want, and it's with it, not after it. The pedal goes down with the notes and up with the notes. It's a pedal's just down. It just adds overtones to that one chord. This is how we can color loud chords sometimes, as we pedal. Now for the road map, you got a first ending at the bottom of page 22, so you're going to repeat and go back up to the top. Do that again. On page 23, 3rd line down, there's a DC all coda. The DC, remember, means go back to the beginning. Back to the top of page 22 again. That's why there's 3 sets of words. Well, the coda sign is at the end of the 3rd line. The circle with the crosshairs. When you finish that measure, you immediately jump to the coda and do that. So you're kind of jumping around in places.